Hello and welcome to Monaco for the second installment of my F1 track scouting series. So I'm doing this series in the game F1 23 because it's the latest one I have. I don't play this game a lot because I think it's really badly made, but it is my best option for scouting these tracks. So I roll with it for the Formula 1 race weekends. My goal, in case you haven't watched the first one, is to just get a feel for the track and increase immersion when I'm watching Formula 1. So I try to achieve that by doing some hot lapping first on the track and then doing a race versus AI. So I try to get a feel for what are the difficult corners, the easy ones, the notable things about the track, and then especially where might the prime overtaking opportunities be. Which, spoiler alert for Monaco, is pretty slim pickings. If any pickings at all, really. But we'll get to that. I'll first do the hot lapping a bit. So here I'm in the hairpin, and now I'm in Mirabeau Bas. So the hotel there on the outside of the corner is called Hotel Mirabeau. And basically when you drive down towards the hairpin, the corner before is Mirabeau Haut. And then the corner after the hairpin is Mirabeau Bas, which stands for high and low Mirabeau. Makes sense, I guess. This corner here is Tabac. It used to be a great overtaking opportunity, but then the Formula 1 cars got too fast, and so they added a chicane coming out of the tunnel, which they then aptly named Nouvelle Chicane. Nouvelle Chicane. Not sure what the French pronunciation is for that word. But in any case, the name makes sense because it says Nouvelle for new. So it was added later to the track to increase safety because the speeds were just getting too high by the time cars got to Tabac. Unfortunately, that has made overtaking even more difficult than it already was, even at the time. And I don't know, not sure when exactly this was done, but it's been there as long as I can remember, so I assume a few decades at least. But so yeah, it's already a few corners named. Sorry, by the way, if I'm not speaking super fluently. I'm recording these while driving. I aim to spend as little time editing and recording these videos as I need to because I just don't think this game is that good and I don't want to invest too much time into it that I could otherwise spend on Assetto Corsa Competizione. So yeah. So this corner Tabac, then we have a fast section, and here's kind of a sort of large chicane around the swimming pool, so commonly referred to as the swimming pool section. This corner is Rascas. I don't think you see overtakes there, but then here in the last corner I've seen one or two once upon a blue moon. This is the start-finish straight that I now heavily overshot. Let me back it up. What's this corner called again? I don't recall right now. I know that the uphill section is called Beau Rivage. And we have to slow down a bit for this corner. That then leads us to Casino. I think this is the Casino Square in Monaco. And then we go down to the Mirabeau, into hairpin, into Mirabeau Bas, as mentioned before. I think here in the hairpin you can do some overtakes. I mean, for Monaco it counts as a possibility. And then finally in Portier, I know I've seen overtake attempts at least. Specifically the one I recall is the one from Ocon on Gasly maybe 2 years ago. But that didn't succeed at all. Maybe into the chicane it has happened also, but basically any of them are just super rare, so I'll try to pull some off versus the AI in the race, but the only reason I will be able to is not because they are great overtaking opportunities or that I'm that good at this game, but rather that I have the AI difficulty set relatively low. Because I just want to, get a feel for the track and not much more than that. So yeah, I think that about does it. For the hot lapping section, I'll complete this lap and get any final thoughts out of the way. Compared to the previous iteration, I accidentally turned on my overlay for ACC on F1 as well, which actually was a nice discovery. I don't know why I hadn't thought about it, but it makes that I get a non-static map, where previously I was just overlaying an image, so I hope you enjoyed that improvement, if you've seen the previous video. And I think that will be it, so I'll try and lock in a bit for the last part of the lap. And then we'll move on to the race. Ooh, a little deep. Here too. No, Cascas wasn't too bad. And then the final corner. One thing I'll say is that you might see me short shift quite a bit during the race, because it's really difficult to stay in the lower gears and get good traction. It's very easy to spin out, because there's a lot of corners where you start getting on the throttle while you have still some steering lock on, so danger. Alright, so here we are for the Grand Prix session. At the starting P10, the weather is clear for the whole session. I said it so because I didn't want to deal with rain. And I'll try to get some overtakes done, but don't expect too much. It is still Monaco. There's some energy there. Okay, so yeah, we're already out of the double file situation into a procession. So now I have the McLaren in front, and I'll see what I can do there. So the AI is permissive enough to let me go there, dive into the inside on Mirabeau. I should use my overtake. Yeah, so since this is F1 23, it's not using the new regulations. I don't even know if they're implemented in the latest Formula 1 game. But in any case, I don't have it. So I still work with DRS and some ERS energy deployment. I'm curious what the new regulations will mean for Monaco. I don't expect anything dramatic or big. Speaking of, I'll use a replay there.
Let me know you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. It's only virtual. And this is kind of... I'll just start slowing down immediately. Oh, the steering is so wonky when you come out of the replay. It takes a moment for the force feedback to kick in, so you get no information in the first few fractions of a second. Which is very difficult in Monaco, because wherever you do a replay, you have so little time to react. I'm not sure if that first corner name will come back to me, actually. Yeah, I'll try to use overtake, but it's so difficult because you have so little time to activate and disactivate. Okay. Another replay. Okay, this is a good section for it at least. I'll try to do a bit better because that was sloppy so far. Here on this straight just behind me, there's a small bump towards the end of it on the left side. That's why the racing line suddenly goes a bit right and then back left. And here in the hairpin, I mentioned that I've seen overtakes happen there, but I have to say I tried it. It's not the first time I'm trying to record this video, and I tried it previously on the AI, and yeah, you can get alongside. But the thing is, you already need the full steering angle for the corner anyway, normally. Wait.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Thank you. I don't think that one is an actually valid overtaking spot, but like I said, AI isn't so too difficult, so there we go. We'll see what I can do versus the Ferrari here. I would like to go here on the inside, but it's so difficult to get the traction coming out of Heskas. Every time I think about going for that move, I need to use my energy.
DRS enabled.
That wasn't good. Let me replay. So yeah, here you saw me try and I immediately start slipping a bit. So then I also immediately back out of it. Let's deploy some energy and try this one again. Do I hope? Yeah. I don't think that's supposed to work either. But again, the AI is just not very difficult. So here's the little, like, move right, move back left for the bump. I'll try to do the hairpin next, maybe. But so I have to crank on the full steering angle to even get around the corner. So when you go on the inside there, you're just tightening the angle for both the in and outside car. So, yeah. You can't get more steering lock than the maximum, so... it's still sketchy. I'll back off a little early. But I'll fix that damage because the session is actually a bit longer than I anticipated the first time. So I don't want to keep driving around with it for however many laps are left, maybe 15 or so. It is a riveting circuit to drive, especially qualifying. Everything is so close and so just fast, and it comes at you so fast, but for racing it isn't great at all. I had to overtake on the whole previous section, I suppose, because I forgot to turn it off somewhere. Full steering lock. Still hardly make the corner. Yeah, I was gonna try and overtake there on Ferrari. Next time around it's... Unless I get him here. Then it'll have to be the McLaren. I'll check my position. P5, okay. It's sketchy to even look for just a moment at the steering wheel. Have to pick your moment very carefully. Oh, maybe... No! Every fucking time. So I was thinking maybe I can do an overtake, but it's just so sketchy. Immediate slide when I try to go for it. Maybe I should short shift there, but oh, no. Yeah, that's not working out.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 7.3 seconds.
I'm driving as Verstappen, so Perez is 7.3 seconds ahead, which I assume means they're in the lead.
Really good stuff.
Pulling a second a lap on the car behind. Boy, do they suck in it. It's sure not because I'm that good. Okay, let's see here. Can I go for it? Just barge on through. Oh, they're sticking in, hanging it up. Oh. Not what I was going for, but fair.
Hulkenberg's in first place.
What? You don't hear that every day. So Perez got overtaken by Hulkenberg. Or as Danny Ricciardo says it, Hulkenberg. Probably shouldn't try to imitate that again. And P4. Wait, there's two Astons there. I'm confused. Did I forget something major about driver lineup changes in 23 until now? Where's Paris? Anyway, we'll just try to overtake the Astons and see who then is out front. Maybe I misheard about Hülkenberg being in the lead. Oh, sketch. Abort. Okay. My time in ACC has definitely made me better at this game, which is almost sad to say because I'm still pretty bad, but then again, it's nice to get the fruits of your labor. Or could I not get the Rs? That's surprising. Covering the inside? I'll just crash on the outside. Okay, I'll replay that one. I would really like to get an overtake into this corner. Maybe give it another go on the... possibly this Aston Martin in the upcoming lap, or... yeah, I'm not getting it here in any case. I didn't turn overtake on again. I mean, it was a bit too high gear, starting there in 4th. I need to at least go down to 3, it took so long for the refs to come up. Probably 2 is ideal, I guess. Portier stepping on it.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Yeah, that's how that works. If you overtake a car, you go up a place. Whoop! Okay. When you crash out like this,
Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
the game doesn't let you go to replay yourself. They want to get the rub-ins. Okay, let me start there, hopefully. And tell you how bad you were there. Anyway, let's take it a bit easy on the throttle application. Just gotta overtake them. No need to rush to the next one. There's not many overtakes left. Should I short shift there? But then I don't have the... oh my god. This is a replay fest. Classic Monaco, I suppose. Where do I even... so... let's do from there. There's no rush there to get on the throttle. I think this will be an easy overtake. Never mind. I need to pit. That will be interesting. Oh, an overtake in Beau Rivage. Imagine that. Poor getaway from the Aston AI, so made that possible. Where am I now? P2. Wow. If it is Paris out front, he's put in quite the performance to not even be visible now. Let's see if I can catch up. Ah, there he is. Or whoever it is. Never paid much attention to those signs on the pit holes, but it feels so easy that like you could just hit it with your tire or something if you're that close enough.
Some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff.
Few seconds a lap. You don't say. No wonder that whoever it is out front drove away so hard. Let's try this in second gear. Probably encourage going a bit too fast and then sliding out, but first gear is not a super useful one in F1 cars in cornering, because if you just feather the throttle, it's already too easy to spin out. Then again, it's probably a skill issue on my part. I think I'm closer than last lap. I don't really have a view on it. You might have a better view on it because with the overlay now from ACC, I think it should display the gap, so I'm not sure. In any case, in VR, I don't have it in this game. There's no overlays, basically, which is certainly realistic, but not my preference.
Push now, we're boxing this lap.
Okay. One issue, I don't know where the pit entrance is exactly. I think I spotted it out of the corner of my eye, so I'll aim for whatever I think I saw it. But let's see how it works out. Oh, my energy is super high. I want to really use it more. Not sure if I came closer this time around, maybe slightly, but definitely not as much. Okay, I'll just keep the energy open for the corner, it's fine. Oh, it's here. I'm not using it there. Okay, so... oh, it's marked, of course. Whoa, that was super much late. I'm doing something wrong with that thing.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Your late turn-in meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Oh, P8. I might get some more overtakes. Let's see how that goes. And now it...
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
No, please, no. I want to keep this position. Don't want to have to put an overtake on an Alpine. Thank you, whoever. Alpine 23. Who was there? I don't remember. Maybe still Alonso? Who else drove there? Before Gasly? Was Gasly already there? I don't know. Ah, I missed the message.
Sergio is in for his stop.
I figured that was it, but I wasn't sure. Let's put some power down, see how far we can catch up. Hopefully there will still be back markers in his way. So I can catch up before he gets the overtakes done. We'll have to wait and see. Is that him? Seems likely. Should catch up soon enough then if it is. Giving it all I can now. I think that looked like a Red Bull. Still not entirely positive. Yeah. more positive than ever now.
Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
Oh, it's a house. On all tires. No wonder I was catching up so fast.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
At least that's good news. Might that be my teammate then? Let's see. Still quite a bit of energy, so let's use it even more. Not here though. I'm not gonna try and guess again if it is a Red Bull, because the previous time I felt quite sure when I said so, and it was a Haas. Oh, turn. I'm feeling quite confident again, and I said so anyway. Maybe I can pretend
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the
that
race
it was
so
him
far.
and he just got an overtake on the house before I caught back up. So I know quite definitely that that's not actually true. That has to be a Red Bull, right? I pretty much am sure now, but I still don't dare to fully say so. Oracle, blue, red and white and yellow. Chances are high. Woo.
Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate.
I do worry about it. I shall replay it. Pretty poor last couple of corners there. Lost a bit more on the car in front, but nothing I can't make up for. There seems to be a Red Bull depicted on top of the car. I think this could indicate that it is indeed my teammate in a Red Bull car, but who knows. Thought about it, didn't go for it. Maybe this can be the last turn overtake. How lovely that would be. Let's try to stick with him. Ooh, that's what I get. At least I didn't do any damage and didn't lose anything. If anything, I may have caused him to slow down on the straight and give me the overtake. And that puts me P1. Let's bring this home and call it a day. And I'll not look at this game for a few weeks until the next Grand Prix. Which will be a European one, but I'm not sure which one anymore at this time. Maybe, yeah, I think it's Barcelona. I'm not entirely sure how I'll do it. I could basically just drive in ACC and say like this suffices. There's only one difference on the track layout, which is that the last chicane is gone for Formula 1. Yeah, but I don't know. That feels too lazy even for me, I have to say. The results and the driving is different enough that I don't think it's representative for what I'm trying to achieve with this series of videos. Probably should use some more energy again. I wish I had an indication for laps left. Maybe I'm just not seeing it on my steering wheel. We are on lap 17. Ah yeah, if I recall well, there was 20 laps in this event. I seem to remember that from my previous attempt. We'll find out very soon.
That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
That is also an indication. There's also always maybe like 2 laps extra when I drive. Might be because I don't push hard enough, I don't know. I find that... Yeah, good point. I find that info a bit useless without him telling me how many laps are left. Oh, we have our first downshift to neutral. Happened a lot more yesterday. Of course, pretty bad. Especially if you don't realize right away. If you're still braking, it doesn't matter so much, but if you try to get on the gas and you're just revving the engine with no result, it's kinda crappy. Although if there's one place you can get away with it, it's probably Monaco. Oh, a bit of trail braking there. Probably should be doing that a lot more. It's not a habit of mine in F1 games, unfortunately. But it doesn't hurt to try and apply that also from what I've learned in ACC. So, if I'm right... Wait, what happened? Why is that popping up? I'm getting a screen as if I've taken damage, but I don't know why. I was in the middle of Beau Rivage and I didn't think I touched anything. Oh, sliding. Bit of a short shift. Right. Little early braking there. Not liking these squeaks from my chair.
Enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Yeah, but tell me now, is it the final lap?
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
That's what I thought. Let's go. Okay, let's replay. Can tell me again about how it's the final lap then. My tires are quite worse for wear.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.5 seconds.
Not bad. So hard to see the racing line coming out of the tunnel. The lighting makes it really difficult. Ideally I shouldn't need it, but I do. It leads to me braking too early now quite often. Here we go. So yeah, that'll do it. Hope you enjoyed it.
Superb driving. That is
Thank you,
the
thank
race
you.
win, my friend. Well done.
Oh yeah, no doubt I'm driver of the day and all that. Yes, I am. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race if you'll be watching Formula 1, and catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.